Hello and welcome to the Foundry Roundtable. And I need to create a new intro for this since we're no longer really doing a regular show, don't I?
I think a lot of people assumed we weren't doing any show.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted to do this, fairly quickly after we were done. Because I wanted to make sure that people know that, we are still around. We are still going to be doing stuff. It might be a little limited right now, just given the general state of the Foundry. Dragoon, did we actually start? I'm not seeing the animation come up on the... Oh, there it is.
I got to remember delay.
It seemed like a really long delay. Okay, well.
Could be.
All right. We are actually here. Okay, so one thing we certainly can do is play missions.
Yay!
So that's what we're going to do. We are going to play tonight Flowers of War, Thorns of Peace by XR377. The winner of the victory is Life Foundry Challenge. With me, of course, I am Greendragoon, and with me, of course, is Drogon1701, Markhawkman, and DuncanIdaho.
Everything is backwards.
I get to be DuncanIdaho.
Oh.
You have to
I'll take Drogon.
How is your overly dramatic ensign voice there? Is it good enough to...
Ready for acting. Acting. Acting.
Is it acting or is your internet cutting out? I can't tell.
That's it. That's because it's acting.
Well, in the 25th century, ever since the rise of holodecks, drama schools have just gone to the dogs, honestly.
Actually, didn't in one of the novels they state that the Betazoids and the Vulcans had kind of like co-developed some method of like having like a telepathic computer interface let you like listen to someone else's recorded thoughts or something like that?
Sounds like something we might do in the books.
I don't remember that one.
It was, again, it was like a novel thing, not one of the TV things. Like a TNG novel. It's like it was like a Betazoid cipher that you like telepathically interface with a computer, and to crack the cipher, you have to think like the person who recorded the information. Otherwise, it won't decrypt or something like that.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that would come across better in print than it would on a TV show.
Probably, yes.
Well, for the TV show, they could just do this graphic of showing the person like imagining themselves staring at a bunch of garbled letters, and then as like slowly like has the letters like shift around and then turn into something comprehensible.
Or you can see their basically them having twitching in front of the camera. And then you also show a computer display of a sine wave or two sine waves getting closer, then getting farther apart, then getting closer. They're interfacing.
Yeah, but if you were doing a book, then you would actually describe what the person was thinking and how they were trying to get into that. So, yeah, it's
whenever I see an actor doing that, twitching in front of the camera thing, I always wonder, doesn't that give you like a headache or something? That wouldn't be pleasant to me. But anyway. We've gone off on a tangent, like we always do. So, yeah, we're back, obviously.
Okay.
All right, so Flowers of War, Thorns of Peace. We're going to play the KDF version. XR did them on both sides. So let's get started.
Yeah, the Fed version has 110 plays. The KDF version currently has 6.
Yeah, we're going to give it some more. So
right,
let's start up.
Pull up.
Fleet Admiral, Alliance Command has sent the ship an urgent communique. Apparently, the Cardassian colony of Goralis 3 is having some type of trouble with what appear to be Jem'Hadar. The Dominion, of course, deny these allegations and state if Jem'Hadar are involved, they are rogue elements. Goralis is a farming colony that specializes in the production of rare plants, used in the treatment of several illnesses, including Yarm-Fell syndrome. As such, it is regarded as being critical to the Cardassian Union and the local sector as a whole. Given your background, you specifically have been asked to intervene. My background meaning I've played the mission that goes to Grails 3 that isn't available anymore.
No. When it says your background, it means that this mission is written under the assumption that you are either A, Cardassian, or B, a Jem'Hadar, and thus would understand the social tensions going on between those two groups better than someone who isn't one of those two species.
That's a better explanation.
Well, I already played the mission, so yeah.
They believe you to be the best individual to deal with this situation before it escalates any further.
Their mistake.
Yes.
I'm bringing Jigoro, so we know how this is going to go.
Yeah, we know how this...
I wanted to bring Sanine so we can watch her beat people senseless with... Oh, well. Either one's fine.
So, we are proceeding to Grails 3. Hey, we're already there.
Proceed!
Shall we continue to the colony? Yes.
Yeah.
I clicked the button. Oh, it's probably a space map first. Because it's like, wait, we didn't select an away team.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a space map first. This has a very interesting thing in it that you kind of sort of need to discuss ahead of time what you're going to click with the dialogue buttons, because it's not meant for team play. It's really meant for a solo experience, and certain of the mechanics he built into it will probably spaz out if everyone just hits buttons at random.
I vote we go Jem'Hadar, because we've got two of them, and then I could go either way.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Our cameraman is Jem'Hadar, so we'll play this from a Jem'Hadar's perspective.
One of the things on this map is an optional combat where you have a choice between talking to somebody or shooting them.
I've always liked this space map.
It's really
Looks cool.
Just that, I don't know, dust or whatever coming off the planet is just cool.
I think it's dust being sucked into the planet, to be honest. Looks like an accretion disk.
I can't remember what the original map was built for.
Wasn't this the one where you go down to the Cardassian farming colony and it ends up being like there's True-Way hiding there that have been like trying
is this
to...
actually the Gralis system map?
Yeah, this is.
Oh,
yeah. On it first, we have established orbit of Gralis 3. The planet itself orbits in a swirl of stellar dust with peculiar properties of refraction in regards to light and electromagnetic radiation. While it affects most scanning techniques, we have detected something anomalous within the clouds nearby. Before we beam down to the surface, the ship should probably investigate.
Very well.
Very not well.
It's the other way. He was smart enough to place a blinky thing to mark it, because it would be a bit of a pain to figure out where exactly it is otherwise.
Sir, that's a Cardassian military vessel. Darhiel. It's unregistered with the Cardassian Union. It's a True-Way ship.
Yeah, see what I was saying is that there's 3 dialogue options, and if you choose the third one, it actually spawns a hostile vessel you have to kill.
Well, let's choose the third one then.
Yep.
Combat. Prepare to open fire.
Oh, boy.
We have inbound enemy contacts. More True-Way vessels dropping out of warp.
Ow.
Open fire.
Way ahead of you. So what's everybody flying today?
Well, me and Greendragoon are actually flying the same thing.
Yeah, you guys got the Jem'Hadar warship, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I actually bought it like the last time I played on this character, and then I didn't take a ton of time to really get it set up properly.
I'm flying my old school Galler class that I got out of a lockbox ages and ages ago.
Buthian pilot escort.
Okay, so the other options, one of them actually lets you listen to a conversation between the True-Way captain of the Darheal and I think it was a Tal Shiar agent.
All right, contacting the colony.
Make contact with the Goralis 3 farming colony. They have given us beam down coordinates on your orders.
Waiting with
the
me.
right team with me.
Boy.
Yes.
Well, you know we're all going to be separate on this one.
Yep.
So it sort of doesn't matter.
Mm.
And I think with the way it works out now, we'll all have one bridge officer.
Can we call in more?
Well, you guys will
You go
call
through
in a
the
bridge
reinforcements.
officer, but I like the last time we played this, I think the teaming bug kind of manifests itself such that the basically it still counted everyone as being still part of the away team, just on different maps.
Mm.
So
I
you
have
could only
seen
call
in the-
up. Oh, what the?
Oh.
Oh,
We're here? That all of us? That is all of us.
Amazing.
Shocking.
I was not anticipating that, so I thought, like, wait, did I get all your guys as bridge officers?
The great bird of the Foundry is shine upon us.
One map we didn't have the teaming bug.
Oh well. Okay, this is the part where we click the Jem'Hadar button.
I'm a lumberjack, though.
Warning, unregistered life form detected by colony security network. Unrecognized life form. System scan error. Prevents proper genetic identification. Please indicate species. I am a Jem'Hadar.
Negative. I'm a meat popsicle.
Jem'Hadar selected. Confirm this is correct.
Confirmed.
Jem'Hadar life science confirmed and recognized. Security access granted. Sterilization field disengaged. Welcome to Goralis 3.
Time.
By sterilization field, I'm guessing something that will disintegrate you.
No, just something that'll disinfect you.
Or
Stop
make us
you
sterile.
from ever having children.
Well, for Jem'Hadar,
Not a problem.
do your worst.
Oh, we have optional dialogue. Yay.
Yay.
Here,
Colonial
Duncan,
technician.
you can do this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this mission.
I'm kind of busy with trying to troubleshoot our security system, but if you have any questions or two, I may be able to help.
I have doubts you'll be able to keep that voice up.
We'll see.
We'll do one at least here. So, what's wrong with your security system?
It's having a hard time differentiating between Jem'Hadar and Cardassian life signs. It keeps misflagging or periodically flagging someone as being both. While it isn't that big of a problem for the system itself, it gets a little annoying when someone new beams into the colony. You know, like yourselves.
I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you, sir.
Just back away slowly.
Oh, look, I found another one.
Wait, has everyone deployed their tardigrades?
Ooh,
I don't have a
claimed it on this
tardigrade
character.
button.
Hang on.
Oh, right. I filled my hotbar with other things on this character.
Tardigrades, our account unlocks for the adoption agency.
Yes, I know. I have that. Oh, here.
Some of us have multiple accounts, though.
I have this little adorable little creature that can follow you around.
Boosh, boosh. Oh, wait, so if you got Lieutenant, I'll bring Ensign Tardigrade.
So cute. And somehow grew eyes.
Well, they have eyes. They just get a lot smaller when they're adult. Or they grow out of their eyes. They have multiple eyes. Actually, they have baby teeth. It's baby eyes.
Actually, if it's like with bugs, their eyes are actually the same size as adults. It's just that their body is bigger or something.
But we can see that's not true from this big tardigrade.
See?
Oh.
See, look how
Yeah,
tiny the
baby eyes.
little green one is.
I think Lieutenant Tardigrade developed eyes from growing up in a oxygen-rich atmosphere.
Yeah.
You don't really need eyes in space.
These snails. Space birds.
And
Okay.
and tell us face palms.
All right, we talking to this guy. Talk to Jem'Hadar. Yes.
Can you help me?
I'm a little busy. Could you come back later?
Very well, I guess.
If I remember right, there's you get more dialogues with him after you do other things. I'm not 100% sure exactly what they are because I didn't go around and do every single optional dialogue.
Okay, who wants to read her?
I guess I'll do that one. Finally, you must be who the Alliance sent to help us. That's the only reason I can think of for you to be here. I'm Dr. Maja, and believe it or not, I am happy to see you. Tensions between the Jem'Hadar we've let settle near here, and some of our Cardassian colonists are riding high. Perhaps someone to mediate between both sides is exactly what we need.
Let's see. Are you the community leader?
Kinda? We've had some trouble in the past with our leaders being taken advantage of and putting the whole colony at risk. We looked into some alternative forms of government. As a result, now technically we're an anarcho-syndicalist commune.
So you take it in turns to act as a sort of executive officer for the week. I understood that reference.
I understood the other references too in the dialogue choices.
Just know that while most colonial affairs are taken care of by an executive officer, a lot of people in the colony still tend to look to me. But what can you expect? I'm the colony's doctor. Everyone at some point has to come to me.
Well, Doctor, where do you think I should start?
Yeah, well, you've got two places to consider. Outside of town to the west, you'll find the Jem'Hadar camp. You'll want to talk to Kedjaviks there first to find out what has had them so riled this late. As for us colonists, our current exec, Sisketdar, is down by the southern fields near here. Both of them will likely have ideas for ways you can help.
Oh, the too busy guy.
Yeah, bet you're not too busy now, huh? Jerk.
One thing that I've noted here is that if you look at her hair in the background of the contact window, it has the same problem that the hair elsewhere in the game does.
Yep, because it's a global problem.
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, there are probably some NPCs that are immune because they have custom hair assets, but
well, it's like some hair just doesn't have the same reflectance problem, so it's just the interaction between certain hairstyles. So some just don't show up as well, some are completely non-reflective and thus aren't affected. So yeah, hopefully it'll be fixed soon.
So shall we go talk to the Jem'Hadar first?
Sure, because I'm just taking Ensign Tardigrade for walkies. Come on, Big Ensign. Big Ensign Tardigrade.
I thought we were going to call him Commander Grade.
I was thinking about like doing it like Lieutenant Commander Tardigrade, but I still want that to be future Lieutenant Tardy. So I think going the big one as being Ensign Tardigrade is cute. Because then Lieutenant Tardigrade gets to boss the big one around. Rather than the other way around.
One thing to note is that part of the reason why he had that thing with the little like scanner device at the beginning is that this dialogue here that says "to help, brother," doesn't say that if you tell the computer you're a Cardassian.
Wow, so he's doing a little trickery there.
Mm-hmm.
I like trickery.
Yes, we do. We love it.
Trickery is life.
Why are you here? Oh, you do. Go ahead and do it.
Why are you here?
I'm not sure.
To help, brother.
Oh.
We'll go with Brett. Are you here to take us back to the Dominion? If so, I must inform you that will be difficult for many reasons. We have cut our ties with our gods, now that our bonds to them are severed. The Alliance has given us refuge.
We are not.
Well, I am pleased to hear that. I will not lie. I am surprised. I assumed that next time I saw Jem'Hadar from the Dominion, they would be here to drag us away, or worse. Perhaps the bonds the Founders have made to the Alliance have had more an effect than I thought.
What are you doing here?
Every one of us here knows we no longer need the White to survive, and as a result, the Dominion or its Founders. We have come here as refugees to the Alliance, and have settled in this place while we seek to understand what it means for us. When we arrived, the people of this colony let us stay, so here we stay.
Those colonists are afraid of you.
They have their right to be afraid. While we no longer wish to be weapons, we are still dangerous. Some worse, as they trudge through the withdrawals from the White. Some grow angry, are prone to violence. It isn't them who lash out, but their addiction.
Then how can we help?
If you truly wish to help us, learn who we are, learn our struggle, explore our camp. Everyone here is in some way dealing with their withdrawals from the White. Some are more effective than others, but we are all struggling for victory, a new life.
Victory is life.
Yay. If I remember, most of that dialogue is actually the same between them, because all of the stuff where he described what they're doing here and stuff is the same. It's mostly the player responses that are different, because
those are easiest to vary based on dialogue choices.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to, based on what I just read, I wouldn't have to change it that
Well,
way.
I mean, it's obviously the same story. It's just that it's like certain aspects of the tone of writing are different, and certain things are customized to refer to Cardassian or Jem'Hadar.
Well, he does something
Clearly jumping jacks help with White withdrawal.
Something I really like that he does here is that he sets up what species the player is at the beginning of the map, and then use triggers to customize all the dialogue. It's a little bit more challenging to pull off, but I think it produces a much better result.
Oh yeah,
having to constantly ask Andorian choice or Jem'Hadar choice.
Mm-hmm.
So let's inspect these guys.
Calisthenics. Apparently they're using them as a way to combat the stresses or vent their aggressive energy. Perhaps they think it's better than fighting one another.
Let's say a proper outlet. We're playing semi-enlightened Jem'Hadar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, post home.
They like to be cleaning up after a meal. Jem'Hadar usually get nutrients from Ketracel White, but without it, they must be trying other forms of intake. By the looks of things, they have been sampling staples from other humanoid diets, including Cardassian food.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps someone has been giving them food or cooking lessons. Jem'Hadar cooking show. We should totally do that.
Is Ambassador Kale watching? I found another bug.
Wait, what'd you find?
You're not allowed to find any more bugs. You have reached your quota.
The Hold Torch emote from the new box doesn't account unlock for KDF.
There's a thread on that on the forum. Those emotes are bugged for everyone.
Yay!
At least it's a known
There's
bug.
some already here.
Yeah.
I can do the awesome... Or no, I can do the balance dance. Yes.
Ketracel White is a highly addictive substance beyond the necessity to traditional Jem'Hadar. This is by design. These Jem'Hadar are going through withdrawal symptoms. Normally, Jem'Hadar don't need sleep and therefore beds, but perhaps it helps the process.
A good rest can do wonders.
The
Now I gotta go
Jem'Hadar
talk to-
on White need sleep.
So we got to talk to the dude here. Have you seen us? Many are struggling, but the process is easy for no one. For some, it's especially worse. There are those who grow especially violent as a result of our conditioning and genetics. That's the real reason we have no weapons here, to protect others as well as to protect us from ourselves. Some of us, however, are missing.
You're missing people from your camp?
While I may have been selected first since I have always known freedom from the white, albeit in secret, I do lack experience in controlling warriors. It isn't unheard of for some to wander, but a group is missing. Some of the Jem'Hadar in the camp are blaming the colonists and their new attitude towards us, that they are trying to make us disappear. But I counsel caution. This is delicate, and I fear it would be too easy at this point for either group to rise to violence.
Any ideas where we should look?
You may want to try the colony center, near the fountain, first. While I doubt my brothers are there, the colonists' suspicions may mean someone there will remember seeing a group of strangely behaving Jem'Hadar. But hurry. With what has transpired and the colonists growing wary of us, I'm afraid of what could happen if they hurt someone or worse. Seek them out. Bring them back safely. Remember, use restraint. They are not hateful. They are in pain. I fear for what that pain could make them do.
They'll bring them back safe.
Or, try.
Yeah.
Do.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yes.
Whatever
Follow
XR
that tardigrade.
7 says will happen, will happen.
Fountain asset. We need the
I think this is an entire stock map.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think he may have added a couple of buildings.
Yeah,
He also added the landing pad over there because that's from New Romulus.
Yeah.
the thing that says that's the entirety of the Jem'Hadar camp is stuff he added.
No sign of them. This seems wrong. How are we supposed to find missing Jem'Hadar in the center of a colony where most of the people are afraid of them?
We'll just need to keep looking.
You're looking for Jem'Hadar in town. Some that you say are missing. You didn't hear this from me, but how do you feel about Dr. Masha?
Is there a point to this?
Well, rumor going around is that some people have seen Jem'Hadar go into Dr. Maj's office, but they don't see them come back out. A lot of people like the doctor and trust her, but if you ask me, that makes her more likely to try something surreptitious. Check her office. It's the building right over there with the generator. There's a good chance that some of those missing Jem'Hadar are there.
That's as good as lead as any. We will find them.
Do you need a throat lozenge there, Captain?
I am the darkness. I am the night.
Okay, we can scan for Jem'Hadar life signs.
Can I help you?
It depends.
On you scanning my office and home.
I'm looking for the missing Jem'Hadar.
And you hope to find them in my office. You know you could have asked first.
Batman doesn't have that option.
Well, I would have told you what you now already know. They aren't here, and even if they were, I wouldn't have let you in. This is not just my office, but the home where I raise my children. Listen, I appreciate you being here and trying to help the colony, but you can't just go around doing whatever you want without considering how it affects us all.
You don't know how Batman operates, but I apologize.
A dead end. We have no choice. We may simply need to wait until some turns up in order to find those missing Jem'Hadar. Perhaps there is more we could do around the colony in the meantime.
Trying to remember if the optional dialogues with her change that in some way. I don't remember. Although doing that seems to have added a bunch of optional dialogues to her because some of the dialogue prompts I see now are referring to that.
But we know one thing we can't do is go talk to the too busy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you say that name?
Martha.
Speak to the colony executive.
May I help you?
I'm not sure.
Well, I guess it never hurts to ask. But perhaps you could give us a hand. It could go a long way. That is, of course, if you are who the Alliance sent to help us.
Just tell me what to do.
Our colony survives if our crops do, especially our Maya lilies. You should do what you can to help keep them secure. Speak to our lead harvest supervisor, Ami Fritsch. She is the human over in the fields, right near here. They'll tell you what to do next.
Oh yeah,
Very
that reminds me of something. Is that if you pay attention to Cryptic's lore about the Cardassians and their status after the Dominion War, there's actually quite a lot of humans helping them rebuild their civilization.
I'm still
Oh.
my man.
Oh hey, did Seskit Dar send you over here to help? By all means, there's plenty to do and never enough hands. If you like, you may even learn a bit about these Maya lilies and some of our other crops.
Tell me what you do here.
Me, or the colony farms as a whole. Well, as I'm sure you've been told, we farm rare crops that can't be synthesized, primarily for disease treatments and cures. If that wasn't bad enough, though, a lot of what we grow is very fragile. Small changes to the growing environment can be really disastrous.
What trouble have you been having?
Well, being an arid climate, water control is extremely important. Too little, the crops wither. Too much, they drown. While we combated some old storage and contamination problems by creating a large reservoir, we still need to pump it and store it readily at local plots. Recently, some of the water containers have started breaking down.
Naturally, you expected foul play.
Now, I didn't say anything like that. With tensions high like they are right now, even the slightest idle talk of something being wrong could draw out the worst from everybody. I'm just worried about the crop. That's a problem I know how to fix.
How can I help?
There are a series of water canisters that are part of the irrigation lines for the eastern plots. If you could check on them and make sure they are all running in good order, it would go a long way.
We can do that. To the Batardigrade.
We're fleet admirals. We're used to manual labor.
Yeah, they never told us how to delegate in the academy. This is what happens if you just promote someone up from lieutenant.
Well,
At any orientation.
in fairness, we
sessions.
also probably missed the how to subvert Starfleet protocols and forming your own conspiracy.
Are you kidding? We missed like everything.
It's like we're basically a perpetual, this is my first day, officer. Also, this is some
This is what you
interesting
call
uses.
failing upwards.
That's the last of the water canisters. While most of them appear fine, I found something out of place with this last one. There was a piece of foreign tech wired into place within the regulator pump. I've already removed it. It looks like a remote switch to shut off the water of this plot in secret, effectively threatening the delicate crops.
What
Is
can you
foul
tell
play.
about this device?
Well, that's the strange thing. The tech looks to be of Dominion make, like the kind that Jem'Hadar use, but whoever wired it in was knowledgeable with Cardassian equipment as well. It was wired in seamlessly. There would have been no way to know it was there until they used it to shut down the water system.
Interesting. What now?
Apparently, they would like to check on the northwestern farming plot, the one nearest the Jem'Hadar camp. There's been some weather damage they would like our input on.
I see. Also, damn it, Weston, you've made some great facial animations. Those are... I
for
really
Markhawkman.
like how those are interacting with Foundry missions. It's like worried at first, and then I'm just like, no, these are just better.
I had a short chat with Kaiserin a few days ago, and she mentioned that Weston has also been doing new power animations for Champions Online.
Neat.
Any new development with that game is kind of a joy.
This must be the weather damage you were talking about. It looks like most of the affected plants have already been removed. A shame, it doesn't look that bad. The plants must really be that sensitive.
This is a waste of time. The Joker's still out there.
Speaking of, I'll tell you what you can do. You can do something actually useful and check that Jem'Hadar camp for weapons. They say they don't have any, but that's a lie. You check it. You'll see for yourself. Then try and tell me I'm wrong.
And that's what I'll do.
Hey, farmer dude, why so serious?
For the record, that was my best attempt at a
Mark Hamill style Joker.
Mark Hamill Joker. Frosty boots.
Scan for weapons. Scan for more weapons.
It's really fast when you have a bunch of people doing it.
Yeah.
There is nothing here. That would constitute a weapon. They don't even have utility knives. Well, True who sent us here to search was likely acting on impulse and fear. I think it is worth pointing out that it is a suspicious lack of anything in this camp.
They must be hiding them somewhere else.
Excuse me, it's the ship. The ship's sensors have been trained on the colony since you beamed down looking for anything suspicious. We just detected Polaron energy weapons fire from nearby the colony, similar to the kind used by the Jem'Hadar. It's to the southeast of the fields near the reserve purification system. You should investigate as soon as possible.
We should hurry.
To the southwest fields!
Run, Forrest, run.
Come on, Ensign Tardigrade, catch up.
No, he's so small and he has trouble keeping
The
up.
tardigrade. Oh god! I just gotta stop and watch this. The tardigrades are racing.
That's funny.
God.
See,
Come
well,
on,
one thing
guys.
I learned a long time ago about vanity pets is that whatever speed bonuses your character has don't apply to them.
I know, it's so adorable when they're just like you're just walking somewhere, and all of a sudden little tardigrade just comes over the hill like I'm coming. It just looks so earnest. But Cryptic, yeah, tardigrade racing. Come on, you know you want to do it somehow, or at least actually no. If tardigrades are in Foundry, I'll do it. I'll totally do it.
You could do that as an event game. You know, place your bets on tardigrade racing.
Pacification complete, sir.
And they're dead.
We've done it! Those violent Jem'Hadar have been stopped. It is a shame we had to kill them. I wonder if there was a way we could have talked them down. At first I'd hoped that they could be dealt with peacefully or taken alive, but he will no doubt understand.
I didn't want to. I never wanted to kill everyone. Oh God!
It just keeps happening.
Investigate! They seem to be badly beaten but alive. The Jem'Hadar may have been pulling their punches. We should be able to contact Dr. Masha to get them proper medical treatment.
Punches, not Polaron blasts?
You're
That's a
doing
good
this
point.
one?
Oh, that's a good point. There's a lot of Polaron weapons strewn around here, but these Cardassians look they were brought down by hand-to-hand combat. Did they wrestle them from their attackers?
I don't know about that one.
I'm not so sure.
On it first. This is the ship. The ship just detected a group of Jem'Hadar attack ships within the system on a direct course for Goralis 3. They have not answered our hails and have weapons powered up. If we are going to successfully protect the colony, we're going to need you back on the bridge.
Yay.
Ready to beam up.
And we'll see. We'll see if we
teaming
stick together.
Place your bets now.
I think we're going to be separate.
2EC says we're together.
Okay. We can actually make that bet.
We can't afford that, yes.
We're going to put a 100 dilithium bet with the author that we're separated.
Not his fault, though.
Gambling with a man's dilithium tips. That's cool.
Well, I'd probably give it to him anyways, but... nope, we're separated.
Wow.
Nope, we're together.
Wow.
What madness is this?
This is a miracle playthrough.
I'm not going to declare that the teaming bug is gone. But
I'm going to bet when
play
Legion
cool.
Myth plays tonight, they'll have something different. We'll just need to investigate some variables as we do more live streams.
It's possible that fixing it may have actually been a side effect of having to rebuild part of the core Foundry code.
I have no idea
We're
what
that
I'm doing
far.
Foundry right
I mean,
now.
Shall see. The Jem'Hadar attack ships are still traveling at high impulse towards the planet. They have weapons charged and continue to ignore our hails. We have to assume they're hostile and need to intercept them.
Prepare to engage batarangs.
Intercept ship thingies.
Starting to sound less Batman and more sex offender.
I could go back to like just the crazy homicidal voice. This will be great for the camera.
Well,
Good old Klingon thing.
the timing on that was kind of interesting because it was the same time I popped out that constriction power to lump them all into one spot. Yeah, well, one of the Miracle Worker powers will actually let you chain breach people without using gravity well. Deploy gravitic induction platform. Basically just, it's a turret that yanks people towards it. Then we have more ships inbound towards the planet at high impulse, including attack fighters. However, I'm unable to detect any lingering signs of a warp signature from them entering the system. Something unusual going on, and I'll keep working on it while we dispatch the last craft.
Yeah.
Just heading to intercept.
You do that.
You do you.
I'm going to blow shit up.
This is probably never going to happen, but I would love to see them redo the multi-vector assault mode as the way they do Jem'Hadar attack craft.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Cluster separation, too.
This one used TBR, and it broke my little platform dinget.
The monsters.
Well, if you look at the power, it does kind of say that it's, a pet, so it can be destroyed.
I really like the build I've got running on this. It's a tech-focused engineering build, and it has things like history will remember. So as the map proceeds, right now I've got a plus 16 damage buff just from, combat. Permanent for the map. I'm powerful. I'm Batman.
All energy craft accounted for and destroyed. The sensors are currently clear. We are not detecting any survivors.
This is wrong. Something isn't right.
Sir, I have finished my investigations into the attacked craft and why we didn't detect a warp signature when they arrived. They came from within the system. Furthermore, they had no life signs aboard. They were all remotely piloted. They must have been launched by another ship or someplace inside the Goralis system itself.
Someone is trying to deceive us.
If they were a remote craft, there should have been a subspace control signal. I think I should be able to track such a signal to its source. It should be within the range of... There. I have isolated the control signal. It is emanating from close by. Inputting the coordinates now.
Follow that signal. I smell the hand of the Riddler on this one.
Yeah, remember what I said earlier about how there was a power missing from my build? Fire at will.
Ah.
Never leave
Sir,
home
that's
without
the
it.
Darheel, the two-way ship from when we first arrived in the system. She's a Gamewar-class Intel flight deck cruiser. They must be using this ship to launch Jem'Hadar craft as well as control them by remote. We need to stop that ship.
Aha!
They're tricksy, my precious.
Open fire.
I am seriously resisting the temptation to start doing the Gollum voice. So far, it's succeeding.
So far.
So far.
This is weird. He didn't seem to have the escorts I would have expected him to. Oh wait, it actually spawned a Dreadnought class enemy that time. Huh, that's cool.
There, that should stop the attack craft. So, the True is behind the attack ships. Does that mean that they were trying to fake an attack by the Dominion? Or the Jem'Hadar themselves?
It's all coming together.
Ship sensors just indicated more polar-on weapons fire coming from the farming colony just to add on the surface. They're under attack. I have a feeling, however, it won't be the Jem'Hadar behind it. We should return to orbit so a team can beam down as soon as we can muster.
Pull up, pulse.
We are within transporter range of beaming to the colony. However, their security systems are still active, and you'll need to beam into their transporter pad as a result. Are you ready to go?
Engage transport.
You know, on second thought, let's just go.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know, they're fine.
Just
No, I
waiting
mean,
on team.
If they're destroyed, the problem is essentially solved itself.
Well, I mean, the Cardassian government needs the stuff they were producing, so, you know, that would kind of produce an economic crisis if they all get killed off.
Yeah, but we're playing this as Jem'Hadar, so we don't care about that.
What's money?
Victor is life.
Yes, well, Odo personally told me to make sure the Cardassian government doesn't get destroyed, so, you know. That actually does seem like something Odo would do. He's like, yes, however, there are allies and we need them to not implode.
And we're all together again.
Warning.
Magic.
Colony under attack by multiple Jem'Hadar life signs. Attackers are utilizing
And
polar
this time-
weaponry and Dominion fighting tactics. Please seek shelter and lock down immediately. Transporter systems sealed for security purposes.
Let's get this over with.
Hold on. I've been thinking about this. This area where the security system can't tell the difference between Cardassian and Jem'Hadar life sims may not be a malfunction. It could be sabotage. I want to scan the system for a virus or worm. We should be able to remove it.
Okay.
I bet you it is sabotage.
Just as I
And
suspect.
scan security system. Just as I suspected.
We're losing you, Mark.
Embedded into the system. Could be taught for Cardassian life signed with the system. If it can access the security system for what is actually going on.
I see. We can use a console we can use.
System rebooted. Recalibrating. Please finalize recalibration by verifying species as either being Jem'Hadar or Cardassian. Please indicate species.
Calibrate is tardigrade.
Tardigrade not recognizing, defaulting to Jem'Hadar.
No, confirm.
Confirm this is correct.
Confirmed.
Jem'Hadar life signs confirmed. System recalibration complete. Have a nice day.
There, that did it. The system is now fully functioning. It is detecting multiple unknown Cardassians around the colony with Polaron weaponry that were previously listed as Jem'Hadar. System signaled for the colonists to seek shelter so they are safe, but locked down. All the damage done would have looked as if it was done by Jem'Hadar, not true-weight terrorists. We should put an end to their charade.
We need to protect the colonists.
Yeah.
Oh, before I forget. There he is.
Deploying ensign.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it. Oh, good. Everyone is here. It will make for good audience when I execute this monster across your feet, Maja.
Victory is live!
You'll regret this.
I'm deploying a very strategic orbital laser. It'll protect the hostages.
Should I point out that once again we are all on the same map?
What, you didn't notice before?
No, I just forgot to point it out.
Ambush turrets! Yeah.
I can't remember the last time that we made it through a mission and didn't break up.
Water. Water. Everywhere.
I spit into her face.
Thank you for the gift of your life's water.
She's gone. You know, I feel for her in a way. I feel for any of these poor misguided followers of the true way of Cardassia. My wife, I lost her because she fought for the true way and died for it, leaving me and our children alone. I'd hoped I could have turned her away before the end, maybe. I'll never know if she died missing us or died like Gull, Tyrande, a monster.
We have more work to do.
Yeah, now we have to go kill all of Gull Tyrande's friends.
I have more things to point this ridiculous weapon at.
Beep, beep,
I am dead.
That,
I go into this Foundry mission to reclaim our lives.
Was actually one of the things on my short list of things that I thought made a good weapon choice for fake Predator, because of the fact that it lets you fire an energy net at your opponents.
Yep. Not to mention it has giant, huge spikes on it. We need like an impale emote where you just impale your enemy and pick them up and throw them.
The Emperor's Sword actually does have an animation where you stab someone with it. Properly stab them in the heart.
I saw that it had all new animations. It's really cool.
I spent all my lobby on tardigrade so I can send to people.
The sword is excellent.
I actually made a YouTube video of myself running through all of the anime.
Oh, PAX. Actually, advertising came up a little bit. CBS isn't directly involved in marketing the games. It's all down to the individual publishers.
He means Discovery, the TV show, that they should advertise for it during the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
Which is, a reasonable.
That would
then again,
yeah.
Super Bowl advertising is
really expensive
money.
Yeah. Actually,
and you wouldn't want to waste it on your own property if you can get money from somebody else.
I have heard reports that Super Bowl advertising is like so expensive that it's actually not even worth it. Like, it doesn't bring in nearly enough new sales to justify its high cost.
And in case you didn't pick up on it, we are actually playing this mission while the Super Bowl is being played.
Sure, the ship's sensors just detected energy buildup from near the colony's water reservoir. There's a high likelihood of it being some type of dirty bomb. If it goes off, the entire colony will lose its water supply. The crops, the colonists of Jem'Hadar, none will be able to survive here. We have to stop it.
Let's move. Hopefully it's not the dirty bomb of type that desperate Trill would leave. Very dirty bomb.
Wow, I am rubber banding horribly.
I've been breaking up on Skype here and there.
Yeah, well, I'm actually hearing you guys break up sometimes too.
Hey, I got one of my endeavors done. Hull healing for space.
I have one for shield healing on ground. Yeah, about that. I don't have any shield heal powers with me.
Disarming the device.
There! The device attached to the pump. It doesn't belong. We have to remove it.
Out of my way!
Do it myself.
It won't budge! It's arming itself! It could detonate at any moment. What do we do?
Delegate!
It may be unorthodox, but it's possible that supercooling the water within the pump using the expansion of the frozen water with the freezing temperatures. I believe this should... There. The device has been disabled and removed. As ordered.
Good work.
I could have done that.
For me, this was especially appropriate since I'm seeing the dialogue is being said by my Krenim bridge officer.
That did it, sir. The device is disabled and removed. The colony water is safe.
Ooh. Da-da-da-da.
The security
alarm has ended, and it looks like the colonials of Jem'Hadar are gathering near the fountain. We should go there quickly before anything drastic happens.
They're singing like the Who's at the end of the Grinch.
Yeah, you wish.
No. We got to go there and diplomatize things and talk and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yes, lots of diplomatizing.
Deploying safety turrets.
I don't remember needing safety turrets when I did this, but yeah.
Never be too careful with peaceful gatherings.
You always need safety turrets. I just carry them around with me in real life.
You may have saved us both in the true way, but I'm a little afraid of who needs to save us from ourselves. Look, things are already getting heated.
They always do.
It doesn't change the fact that it was your presence that was the catalyst for the true way to attack and to try to take our colony again. You may be refugees, but you are dangerous. That danger will always follow you if we keep our doors open. And yes, I totally just made an argument for the fact that Cardassians attacked us being the Jem'Hadar's fault.
They're not responsible, you moron. No, the people that caused this were your people. And we suffered as well. we still suffer. We are not to blame.
And who is?
Who is responsible for bombing of Cardassia Prime during the Minion War? You expected us to forgive it. You expect us to forget it was you? Things spread the same way you are? The monster's addicted to your Ketracel White and rage.
I'll just interject here, Shaft.
Okay.
I mean, it's like the series of questions and Shaft.
Can you dig it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Dr. Majda, can you help?
Ketracel, wait, everyone, please listen to me. Don't you see we are two groups of people suffering and we may be the only ones who can help each other?
How do you mean?
Many people here, Cardassian colonists, came here only because of the Maya lilies. They came to be close to the treatment of Yarm-Fell syndrome so they would have a better chance of surviving with the disease. Without treatment, without the medicine made here taken regularly, they will die. And just like the Jem'Hadar here used to when they relied on Ketracel White.
They were just like you.
That is true.
That is true. And now that we are free, we know and respect a world in which you must live tied to this substance. We understand you, and you understand us. Perhaps there is balance here, even though we approach this prejudice from different sides.
A peace worthy of this victory.
The flower of war is bright and beautiful bloom, terrible and frightening in all its brevity. Perhaps by holding on tightly to this peace, we may be rasping our hands on the old thorns of the past, but at least we can hope to grow something watered with our blood, sweat, and tears. Together.
I hate flowery language.
We will have to vote on this to be sure, but I suppose there isn't much harm in letting our two groups work together for the time being, if not a little longer.
It's all up to you now. Because we're getting the H out of here.
Looks like they have
Looks
things
like
in
they-
hand.
Oh.
That's all thanks to you and your perspective. I think Alliance Command might be right to send you here. No, they were definitely very, very wrong. They just got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just terrible decision.
Yeah, I mean, we basically just sort of shot a lot of things, and the rest is up to entropy, basically.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I mean, statistically, this outcome was possible under any whoever they said.
Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was the dialogue choice?
I think so.
There you
Is
go.
the one I clicked.
Well, they have earned a little peace today. How long do you think can make this little flower last?
Tired of playing in the dirt. Let's return to the stars.
Hey, and now we're done.
Yay, we're done.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Yep.
Okay,
Good mission.
you lost the bet, but I'm still going to give 100 dilithium. I give it a solid 4.
Yeah. It's a worthy challenge winner, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is a mission which had something to say. You know, good Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
And also, it gave me the opportunity to demonstrate the weirdness that you could do with Krenim bridge officers. They're the only bridge officers I've noticed KDF side that can use the Borg face thing from the 7 of 9 costume parts.
One thing you'll notice about this mission is something that I've been noticing about cryptic missions lately. They really don't use a lot of maps.
No.
This one was basically, 2 copies each of 2 maps. So 4 maps basically, and a lot of your cryptic ones are doing 3, 2.
Well, you gotta remember, for launch, the 3 or 4 was really common. In fact, it would do space, ground, space a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get a second map if they had more than one each.
It just all depends on, making sure that there's stuff to do on each map and lots of stuff to do. At which point, it doesn't really feel like a short mission.
No, this was a great example of how to really make use of the space, because there's a full, it's basically, the entire mission is storytelling, because the construction here is using, again, these just basically 2 base maps. And yeah, just so much was done with it. It's a very great example of how much you can do with a Foundry with limited assets.
Mm-hmm.
Limited time, too.
Another
challenge window.
Useful thing about this style of building it is that you go there the first time, you kind of sort of learn your way around, even if you've never been there before. So when you go there the second time, you don't have to spend as much time trying to figure out where you're going.
All right, so we got plenty of time. Do you guys want to try my new mission?
Sure.
Which is an example of totally the opposite. I had way too many maps for that kind of amount of story.
All right.
Is it Fed or KDF?
It is Fed.
Okay.
So we will need to switch.
And have already played this one, and I can say it is based on something we discussed on the show.
A number of times. But unfortunately, it is not the What Happened to Memory Alpha.
Oh.
No.
It is not, a wasteland of, horribly misfigured scientists running around in Mad Max vehicles.
Oops, I'm glad we do that, because I forgot to actually call in for Q on my Tapao Daily.
What I want to bring for this.
Since you guys were asking about the way the Emperor's Sword animations look, I'm going to bring my character who has that so you can look at them. Okay, so what's the name of the mission?
It is called Shadow Theory.
I'll bring the Starfleet Dragoons.
I do not know if it's still in review or not.
I think it was when I played it.
Yep.
Okay. So I built this mission in the better part of 4 days. So don't expect anything overly complicated. Okay, so form the team. Go away, Vulcan guy. Trying to form a team here.
Oh, is it the guy who hails you to give you the Parapace mission?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he killed every single one of my characters with that. And so I just clicked accept mission and then proceeded to ignore it. On some of my characters, when I look at the galaxy map, it's covered in white mission marker circles because of just how many missions I've done that with and, well, ignored.
Mark, I don't see you logged in.
Apparently it hasn't finished logging me in yet. As I'm doing that thing where it doesn't, I see myself in the game, but the game hasn't added me to the zone chat channel, which is awkward.
Sure, it's struggling with your internet connection right now.
Yeah, I did
there
this
you are.
earlier today too.
Okay, so it starts at Wolf 359.
Already brought my AOD character.
Bring in my original Stowe character from Open Beta.
I am bringing Diala, the recreation of my beta test character from the Legacy of Romulus expansion.
I'm bringing my Starfleet Dragoons character. I can't remember if we talked about it on the show or just talked about it on Twitter.
I think we brought it up on show.
Brought up what?
The Starfleet Dragoons.
I think we talked about it a little bit here and there.
So, Drogon, you were in open beta, right?
I was, yes.
What was your first character?
This one that I'm flying right now. Trill Science Officer.
Join
Because no, actually, because the
Cool.
they didn't offer that pre-order bonus in open beta. You had to wait for the actual game to launch, and I was impatient, and I really wanted to Trill, so she's unjoined.
My first character is Melati, and she is a Federation alien gen made to look like an Orion because
we know you like Orions.
Yeah, exactly.
This one's gone through a lot of ships. I flew the Intrepid and the Luna for a long time, but now I've got somebody else flying the Intrepid, so I had this one fly the Squid. Because basically, I mean, nobody flies the Dauntless.
That's a pity, because the Dauntless is a decent ship.
Except me.
It's a little weird how it fits into canon, but it's still a cool ship.
I think it's very simple. It's, somebody was going over all of the logs from Voyager, and they saw this thing, and was like, oh, that kind of looks cool. Let's build one.
Make a good Foundry mission, just the development project behind it.
Well, the problem is, or the only reason it's outside of that one episode of Voyager is because they needed 3D models for the Battle of Procyon 5. So they just threw in a bunch of ships randomly. So I think you got like a Nova in there and a Prometheus, and then the Dauntless is put in there too. I don't even know for sure whether the person adding it realized it was a fake Federation ship.
Probably not.
I've heard a lot of people speculate about this because of the fact that none of the models for that were actually new. All of them were things that had been reused from previous appearances.
Yeah, and that just saves money through the production.
Yeah, I mean, especially
all right, shall we get started?
Right.
So this is Shadow Theory by me, Drogon 1701.
Receiving a subspace transmission from Utopia Phoenicia Fleet Yards.
Accept.
Greetings, Admiral. I am Commander Daniel Lucius of Utopia Planitia. I was supposed to keep it in a straight place. You guys are snickering in the background.
Is that what it is? I thought somebody was rubbing a balloon.
Oh.
Duncan was breaking.
I have your ship scheduled as for routine maintenance. Come by the shipyards. We'll get started.
We're on our way.
Yay.
Begin.
They're ready to drop out of warp in Mars orbit.
Or as close to Mars orbit as I could get you.
Out of there.
We actually have a Mars map asset in the game.
Yep.
It's this one right here.
They gave us a map of every single planet in the solar system, including Pluto.
I was thinking we did. I mean, I know I've used or tinkered with them in the Foundry. So I don't remember if it included Mars, Venus, and Mercury.
Nope, all of them.
As you may have guessed, I'm still staring at the loading screen.
Welcome to Utopia Planitia. I am the automated maintenance yard guide, but you can call me Amy. I will instruct your crew in the steps necessary to begin a routine maintenance check. At the end of these simple procedures, your ship will be moored in dry dock, and your crew will be free to take their ease on the station.
Okay.
I think that might be the wrong moored.
Please begin by offloading, also 1 star, any sensitive cargo or scientific experiments at our secure storage facility. You have been assigned Storage Facility Alpha 1187.
And of course.
The texture for the Mars map isn't particularly detailed, but it is a custom texture, and so is the texture on the 2 moons, it looks like.
They were early adds
Cool.
to the...
Yeah, they're not the most high-res.
If I remember right, the devs created them because they were thinking about maybe possibly using them for something.
I think
but
it was D-Stall who had this idea of like opening up the entire solar system for exploration.
Probably why they built Jupiter Station.
there is actually that one old mission that you can't play anymore that was created for one of the anniversary events that did actually take place in Mars orbit, I think.
Yeah, Utopia.
Yeah, you flew around.
And,
you flew around the Enterprise, didn't you?
Yeah, Enterprise F on a shakedown cruise.
Yeah. You got the Odyssey prototype ship for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was second anniversary, right when I was starting the game. Anyway, next, maneuver your starship between the static discharge arrays. You have been assigned to Array 58B. Careful, do not touch the discharge arrays. Any impact could result in severe damage.
I hope this doesn't take forever.
Disembark all non-essential crew and passengers at the main terminal.
Seriously?
Almost done. Now put your ship in dry dock. You have been assigned to Dock 47.
She is starting to damage my calm.
If this was Imani would have probably reprogrammed the AI by now because, well...
It's super annoying AI.
Imani is one of those liberated Borg who likes using Borg tech for assorted things.
Thank you for following the maintenance procedures. While you wait for our crews to finish conducting their work, please take advantage of our recreational facilities, fine dining, and don't forget the gift shop. All currencies are accepted.
Finally.
Main terminal is now ready to beam your command crew aboard. Thank you, and welcome to Utopia Planitia.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yay.
Wait, give it to me. Give it to me.
Wait, what? Why?
I'm on it.
And now I've got it.
Aha!
Because I don't know which you is you.
We're bringing Ross. Just will go well.
Yes, Pax, the gift shop takes Nukara marks, but, there's an exorbitant exchange fee.
What if it takes Romulan money?
What is the Romulan currency?
That's actually one of those things where I think it got mentioned in that one episode
like
where Picard
Darsex or
went
something?
No. Darsex, or I think Cardassian.
Maybe that's right. I don't know.
You can Google it.
Can you Google before the load screen ends?
Romulan money.
Hey, finally.
And load screen ends. And teaming bug. Ah.
Denarius? No, that's just random website. I don't know if that's actually legit.
Denarius is Roman, not Romulan.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, the Romans are kind of based on the Romans.
Yeah,
rather blatantly.
Yeah, so. No, it might not have been mentioned because I'm not seeing anything
Transport
for it.
successful. If you could just wait a moment, Admiral.
Is there a problem?
No, sir. Just a routine check. Thank you. Please proceed.
Very well then.
Read Admiral. This is Captain.
Amale Kumalo.
Amale Kumalo. I'm in charge of security on this terminal. Would you mind stepping in my office?
Of course not, Captain.
I just started getting a lot of DirectX issues. I got it.
Dragon.
There we go.
What?
Might have to wait for the stream to catch up.
Well, did you intentionally make it so
he
that this
fixed
bend
himself.
side is floating in midair?
Sorry, what now?
Benzite
Never
was-
mind. I guess it was just a temporary loading error.
Yeah, it was doing weird for me too.
I've been okay.
What is going on right now?
I don't know.
I don't understand anything you people are talking about.
When
Kinda,
I came in, I saw a benzite guy floating in midair, waving his arms and legs like he was scared
there's
and
an invisible
terrified.
wall and he's freaking out about it.
Pathing through invisible walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. I did stick an invisible wall there. I wanted people to go in the office before they went anywhere else, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you have a Benzite
And
trying to walk
and-
through it.
And since you have it set to despawn, the NPCs try to walk through it like it's not there.
Yeah.
Cards, is this standard procedure?
I don't think so. Not at the current alert level. It's because I brought Ross.
He's trouble.
It's like we know where this is going. We're just gonna put you in a corner. Don't do anything.
I ended up with Veril as my bridge officer.
I'm talking to Captain Lady. Fleet Admiral, thank you for coming. I see your ship is in for routine maintenance. I know it can be a hassle, but it helps keep you flying.
I just realized that this mission makes a lot more sense for people who aren't Romulans.
Yes. Indeed. What can I do for you, Captain?
Oh, nothing in particular. I'm here, so I'd like to keep myself informed on which ships are in and out, and I'd like to introduce myself to all the captains who come through. Nothing suspicious at all. And I could hardly pass up the chance to meet the famous Admiral U-person. The Iconian War, the Temporal Cold War, you're practically a celebrity. Why, just last week we were hearing about your mission to Accolade 7. True, your first officer got knocked out and you had to carry them 20 miles to the beam site, which caused cause of the geomagnetic storms.
Well, actually,
We were all knocked out.
I think it should be because
Shit.
of the
People
GMA.
say
I
cause
just
all
had
the
a shuttle
time,
to
so-
get us.
Yes, that.
A real dull moment, eh? Well, no need to take up any more of your time. Enjoy the station while you wait, and if there's anything, just ask.
Thanks.
Not
suspicious person.
Not suspicious.
I just learned something, and it's very disappointing to me. You know the new fortune cookie triple? If you give it to your bridge officer and your bridge officer pets it, only your bridge officer can hear it read a fortune.
Yeah, well, it was broadcasting it to like everyone in range, and so they fixed that.
I thought that was fun.
But not intentional.
All right, mission.
That strike you as kind of weird?
Maybe.
Well, she did say she was new.
I don't like people who are trying to impress me.
Now, be tolerant of the next generation. Soon enough, we'll be taking orders from them.
Over my dead body.
Foreshadowing.
You hear that music? Kind of a weird vibe for a space station terminal.
What music? What are you people talking about? I suppose. Want a drink?
Yes, of course we want to drink. The good stuff.
Optional dialogue. I can't hear the music.
I didn't have time for optional dialogue.
Where's the button for Romulan ale?
Beep boop. Beep boop boop.
What voice do we think we should have for him?
You were doing him earlier. You're good.
Okay, I've forgotten what the voice I was doing.
It was the one.
I think
it was the one that we were giggling at. Whatever it was you were trying.
Whatever. Lead Admiral, hello. I'm Commander Lucille. We spoke over subspace.
I remember.
Could you meet me in the lower level engineering bay?
I suppose I could.
I've completely forgotten what voice I was doing.
Not that it helps, but when I was looking for a character name, I was Googling Romanian names.
Hey, just a minor note.
Definitely sounds Iranian.
I want to say there are interior lightings that don't have fog, and so it'll keep your stuff outside from looking all gray.
Yeah, except this is the actual
backdrop.
Yeah, backdrop.
It's true.
So I think if I do anything else, I think the Mars will disappear.
Mars. Okay.
Yeah, because Mars is baked into it. It's actually a really good backdrop for a lot of things.
It's just a little foggy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody find him?
Yep.
Hang
Okay.
on.
He's been westoned.
Oh, it's back there.
Downstairs.
I played this mission. I should know this. Thank you for coming. Would you mind helping me out? We have a little short-staffed, and there's a couple of things I could use a hand with.
Like what?
We need to reroute the secondary coolant line away from junction 25 beta, then disconnect the main ODN relay into section 15. All of my people certified in those areas are on assignment right now, and I know you're rated to do the work. It won't take long. Then get back to relaxing.
I'm from the 23rd century. I have no idea what any of this means.
Good thing I brought an engineering bridge officer to do it for me.
It was that one class that we went to in the academy before we graduated. The one class.
I didn't do that.
But I suppose we could help out.
Thanks. You're a real lifesaver. The access points you're needed is on deck 7. I really appreciate your help.
We'll let you know when it's done.
That, or you hear a loud explosion as this fish self-destructs.
Oh, look at it. Door's over there.
Hey, I noticed that they haven't fixed that bug with the ship rack, where one of the ship models is colored bright blue for some unknowable reason.
I'm going to deck 7.
Very well.
Very
Now we should all be
not
together.
well.
So, here's a theory, and just hear me out. Is it possible that the teaming bug doesn't really occur on the KDF side like it does on the Fed? Or
That'd
maybe
be
just
weird.
occurs less
Investigating.
often?
My personal theory with the cause the teaming bug is that it has to do with the way that the game spawns instances, and that for some reason when it happens, the game is failing to find the instance it's supposed to put you in. Because for whatever reason, like say the team leader that's the instance that it's looking for, and if it's trying to put you into an instance before that is spawned, then it'll just fail to find it and make a new one.
It looks like we've been separated again.
No, just you.
Oh, just me.
Yeah, the rest
Really?
of us are all in the same instance.
Now, if we could really build things very well right now, I would have built like a humongous sky castle to the, probably condense about 3 maps here. But we can't, so.
And instead you use the Defiant interior. I should think that's what this one is.
The old one. Can't remember what it's
the
called
one
now.
with the one with the white consoles on the walls.
Oh, there's
Coolant.
the coolant line. Now we gotta disconnect the ODN relay. Nice work sealing off that room. Yes, I know this map very well.
It looks like the bulkhead belongs there.
It does.
What was that? Some kind of explosion?
Hey, I was right about accidentally causing an explosion while we were trying to work.
I don't know.
You misspelled security.
Security.
Security. It's a
Security
it's a new
officer.
department.
Put down your
What?
weapons and surrender. No.
What?
I'm talking.
Surrender immediately!
Hey, wait.
Hey, wait, we're on your side.
We're on your side.
Enough! Engage them now!
They didn't last long.
How did that escalate so quickly?
At least they're just stunned.
Yeah, stunned by a lightning bolt. But hey, they are stunned.
Who was done this girl?
Yeah, that was me. Oh, security, deck 7. Intruders are identified as Starfleet person and Retro. Locate and detain immediately. Intruders are to be considered armed and dangerous.
They really are after us. Why?
The security division's been infiltrated.
Whatever it is, we need to get out of here.
I blame Ross.
Run away.
I love the carry animation for this sword.
Yeah, got some cool animations.
In here, quick!
What's going on, Lucescu?
I don't understand it. I gave the trigger. It should have worked. Yeah, let me scan you.
Hey, I asked you a question, Commander.
Just hold on. These ratings don't make any sense unless there's a problem on the imprint process. That must be it.
We don't have time for this. This station security has been infiltrated.
That's the thing. They're not the infiltrators. You are.
But how is that possible?
Oh, let me explain. On your mission to Accolade 7, the captain and away team from your ship were knocked out by a stun device. They were replaced by infiltrators using their physical forms and the imprints of their minds. That would be you.
Sleeper agents.
Yes, you had no idea of your true identities.
How do you know all this?
I'm a wizard.
Well, I mean,
I'm also-
that was a good guess.
That was my second
I'm
guess.
also one of you. What's wrong, Adrian?
I'm
Adrian!
going to poke him with my sword now.
Wounding! My God.
God.
We have infiltrators all over the Alliance. Our most sensitive installations.
But why?
We're bored. Power, of course. We need information on our enemy that faces our operatives in key positions to disrupt their operations.
I'm not sure I'm buying this.
Think I know why I played the musical trigger over the intercom, and it should have reverted your minds to the original state. But instead, it just made you amenable to my orders.
I thought I agreed too quickly.
I think the mistake in the imprint process might have also left certain genetic markers that could have also been flagged in the transport process. Security was alerted the moment you beamed down, so, oops.
That meeting with Captain Kamalo.
I'm new on the job. I knew she was obfuscating. Hip hip.
What do we do now?
Gas sabotage here is a bust. We were supposed to destroy an entire block of dry docks, but all it caused was a few fires. Maintain my cover here, but you need to leave to avoid capture.
How do we do that?
I want to shoot him.
I keep trying to stab him.
He's on
it's
our
not
he's on our
working.
side. We're on Dean.
But I want to defect. I have tasted the joys of ice cream.
See, busted imprint process. That's what he's
I
talking
want
about.
the mouth.
Besides, we all have to admit
ship?
that the tardigrades are a genetically superior race anyways. So what's the point?
Yep.
I thought Romulans were.
That was your mistake, Drogon. You should have made a tardigrade made it a tardigrade infiltration. He would have gone along with that.
Yep.
I would have gotten 5 stars, and Duncan would do nothing but play this mission over and over again for the rest of his life.
Yay! Fun time.
But there's no tardigrade asset, so I can't do it.
No, but what you could have done is that we are all stuck in our forms because of Starfleet security measures. So we had to try to escape, but in a very
For the
tardigrade-esque
record,
way.
We did make a tardigrade.
Oh, we did make a tardigrade.
I'm not using that abomination.
No, I think he could have just written it like we're stuck in our human forms and have a series of kind of adorable adventures.
That's what you would do. None of my
What happened-
missions are near that happy.
What happened to our ship? I mean, our original ship. It was just put into dry dock, so there's likely no one aboard. We can get there and fly it out of here.
Transporters will be locked down.
Take a runabout. There's one in the hangar on deck 20. Keep command codes on hand in case I get lonely. I need to make a quick exit. You escaped to Blade 7. Release the original crew from stasis and we'll fully reset your fallen minds.
I'm not sure I believe you, but we have no choice.
Sorry, Mark, you can't kill him.
No. I want to kill him too. Come on, Skipper.
I haven't run into anything I actually needed to hack to pieces with the sword yet. That security team was too feeble.
Skipper will protect us. Oh, fuzzy Skipper. Skipper's so fuzzy.
So do you have all of them now?
Yes. Like I have
That's
to pick
not
up
surprising.
like I've got all of them through account unlocks except Smarty Tardigrade, but I just picked them up from the exchange.
I clicked the button, but it's still counting. Oh,
Does everybody
I
has to
needed to click the button. I was explaining Skipper.
So
you could explain Skipper on the map loading screen. Oh
No.
no. Anyways,
Hey, we're together. So yes, there was the big plot twist: is that your player character is an Undine infiltrator,
Should have had
Which is
optional
something-
dialogue. Damn it,
something-
Jagoro.
which was something we had brought up a few times. Wanted to do a mission like that.
Yeah.
I'm still
Way
going to do it
back
as my
when.
next post-Midas mission.
Did Sutherland ever make a mission where you play as Undine or just as Terrans?
Just errands.
The security team's
Their
finesse on the
security-
runabout.
What security team?
We go through as quickly as we can. No disintegrations.
Fine, I'll just cut their heads off.
And we'll boil them in freezing water, I guess.
So much killing, so little time.
So I know the type
I
of
died.
character that Drogon should make.
Help me.
Oh, fine. I use magic. Use magic again. There we go. But anyway, using a mix of Feklir powers from the episode reward and the winter event modules for a lizard wizard.
I really wish we could give those to bridge officers. That would be so much fun.
Checking. Looks like command codes for Lucas. You good? Gave us a working.
Good.
Run away!
Run away!
We can board the runabout and be on our ship in 5 minutes.
I just noted that this map has a baked-in piece of debris floating outside the security field.
Yeah, I really couldn't do anything about that.
This map is actually the shuttle bay on your player ship in Midas Part 1.
Yeah, there's only a handful of cryptic built maps that have shuttle bays in them.
Well, it's like I said, I would have custom built this in the previous couple of maps, probably as the same thing. But that's not really easy right now.
Yep, we're separated.
This is going to be fun. I'm wishing I brought a better ship for
Yeah,
this.
there's space combat.
I can't do anything.
Actually, it's technically optional combat.
Yeah, but if I
I'm
don't
very
die
forward.
repeatedly, what's the point of doing this?
I'm in
We
combat.
can't do anything fancy with so few crew, but we can get where we're going.
There's no kill objective, so you don't necessarily have to kill
They're
everyone.
dying.
And fortunately for me, I have a cloaking device, so...
Attention, there's been unauthorized access to the USS Your Ship. Available starships are being dispatched to intercept. Looks like we may have to fight our way out.
Oh, wait.
Or we can just
So
warp.
someone triggered the map change.
Okay, fine.
Not
I
yet.
won't go to my death. Take all the fun out of it.
It's going to put us all together on a map where there's no combat.
Okay, I blew up everyone.
I hadn't even tried to kill them yet. I was waiting for you guys to finish reading the dialogue first.
I blew them up.
But actually, what I was going to try was I was going to turn on the cloaking device and then just try to fly straight through the middle of the swarm and see if they would notice.
Lucky had 4.
Exactly.
Looks like it did before. Luciano gave us approximate coordinates, but I recommended we move closer and scan the planet to pinpoint the stasis pods.
You know what you should have, your Drogon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should have it be Accolade 4, just like it did before, and then just break into song. Let's move in. And we're just gonna crash.
Ah!
At the corners, looks like to be a large cave system.
Prepare to beam down. And now actually beam down.
And Rim, whoever that is. I guess it's one of Dragoon's bridge officers. Because you're both wearing the Sierra's outfit.
Official uniform of the Starfleet Dragoons.
Cool.
It's supposed to be like a step up from a standard uniform to be like body armor, but not quite as heavy.
Click accept.
So I was waiting for Duncan to argue that he should have one of his characters.
No, not this time.
We had
I figured someone competent would be better.
Oh, I can't promise anything like that.
Well,
the Starfleet Dragoons aren't actually an elite team. They're just, a joke. They're basically, screw-ups and, people on their last legs of their career.
More so, they're a team that I haven't actually bothered to really kit out properly yet.
Ooh.
Well, there's a high chance I'll be able to solo whatever enemies there are, so,
Well, it may put us in separate ones.
I was going to say, I'm
And it did.
Well, I have Vero, so I'm good.
No, 5 stasis pods! We should access the console to take a closer look.
Okay, then. Time to go push the button.
Button.
You actually used the Undine biotech goopy thingies.
Yeah.
It's us, or we're them, I guess. I didn't really believe it until now.
What do we do?
Yuchescu said if we wake them up, the process will restore our memories and bodies.
Are we all agreed?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right, then. You should have just had one of your other bridge officers just come in like, no,
I'm not.
I want to dance.
I want to stay.
Activating.
You wake up in a haze, unsure of your surroundings. You appear to have been in a biological stasis pod. For how long? You don't know.
Ow. Admiral, is that you?
I'm here.
What happened? The last thing I remember is being on the surface.
How did we get these pods, and why do I think Romulan Nail is responsible for all this?
I can answer that.
Undine! Fire. Just immediately kill the Undine here. And it's like, oh, our job is done.
Oh, I tried stabbing the Undine captain and it didn't work.
Well, I just talked to him.
Gotta talk to him. We put you in these pods and took your form in order to infiltrate your society. But there was a complication and we were forced to revive you.
What are your intentions?
The flawed imprint has resulted in a retention of your memories. I find I do not wish you harm.
Oh, wait. No, that's gone now. Attack!
You misspelled brethren.
That's generous.
Indeed it is. Our brethren are not so forgiving. Your ship is in orbit. You may leave this place, but our brethren will attempt to stop you. We are leaving now. I pray we do not meet again.
I know what you do. There's this thing called a ukulele in your quarters. I have those memories now. Oh God, you monster.
I went through your browser history. I know.
I was forced to live it.
I was hoping you didn't put anything too strong on here.
That could be an issue.
Dying.
And that's one.
They got my bridge officer.
For the first time, I've had a time where I actually needed to use the Terran security team power.
That's two.
And they got him. And is that it?
Hang on, I'm still fighting.
Yeah, I haven't finished killing everything yet.
Okay. Yeah, the mission just kind of ended.
There's 3 mobs.
Yeah, so kill the 3 mobs. Is that the final one?
No, there's 1 more map.
That's 3.
Uh-oh.
Unless it's glitching for you.
Yeah, it's glitching, so go ahead and hit the button for go next map, because I don't have it.
Hang on.
Hold on, I think there's an Undine hiding behind a rock.
Maybe
Yeah, found him.
because I haven't finished fighting or something. I don't know.
I'm still fighting.
I hear a Judge Cat disapproving.
She's been flinging
4.
herself off my bed. She has a new game. It's called Fling Herself Off My Bed while chasing a pom-pom.
I finished massacring.
I'm almost done.
I shall dance.
That's 5.
I'm not showing any objective markers.
Yeah, that's what I'm having to.
I think I may need to wait till I finish. Let's find out. One last guy.
There we go.
Beam!
Run away! Hurry!
Hey, I actually won that time.
As we see you dying several times on the stream.
Yeah. Like 4 or 5. I did eventually beat him. Let us beam up to the ship. I think that's the last of them.
Well, I mean, it's one of those where if you had a full awake.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys! I'm not alone! Getting multiple undying ships on an intercept vector and one heading out of the system. No crew. We have to manage the best we can.
That'd be funny. We managed as best we can through this, and then didn't realize we never needed our crew in the first place.
Well, with how automated Starfleet ships are,
Well,
why do you even need a crew?
in canon, they actually most of them are actually just maintenance personnel. Because you know how they have the whole thing with like consoles and EPS conduits blowing during fights? Well, your crew is there so that stuff can get fixed and you don't have to fly back to dry dock for repairs.
We also got multiple shifts and a lot of exploration focusy stuff, so you're basically a big research institute as well for the standard fed ship.
Oh, it died before I loaded the map. Well, one of them is being cowardly and hiding from me.
Oh, and as it turns out, the Nimitz is a great science battlecruiser.
USS Your Ship. This is Captain Carmuller aboard the USS name that Drogon insists on putting in here that I can't pronounce. You're ordered
Kumalo!
You're ordered to stand down immediately.
We're the real crew, Captain. We're on Stasis on the planet.
I'd like to verify that for myself. Come within hailing range, and I will run a detailed scan. But don't try anything.
Of course.
I'm expecting Kumalo to be an Undine too, so...
Everyone's Undine.
Turns out they were just replaced the entire human population.
Well,
It's
they're
just
at
easier.
the point now where they're replacing themselves. Are there any humans?
Scans
Yeah.
confirmed that you were... I think you actually originally had this person.
Yeah. Oh, scans confirm you are the original Fleet Admiral person. And, oh, it's him. Well, good. We're worried we might not recover you.
Our Undine doubles woke us up.
They said there was a problem with the imprint process and they couldn't revert without waking us up.
Did they cause any damage?
Yeah, good deal, but it could have been much worse. Did they mention an accomplice? We think they had help, another Undine infiltrator.
They didn't mention anyone else.
Okay, so the player knows who that was,
But not the
but
captain.
The character, your player character doesn't.
yeah.
Oh, well, I'll find them sooner or later. You'd better get yourselves checked out and contact Starfleet Command. I'm sure that there'll be an interesting debriefing.
You're probably right, Captain.
We've joined a whole bunch of different volunteer organizations.
Now what? Is this supposed to do something?
Nope, that's the end of the mission.
Yeah, sometimes when team splitting happens, you don't get the review prompt at the end of the mission.
Oh, right. That's because it doesn't actually give you credit for having completed the Foundry mission.
Either way.
So yeah, that's my little one week build.
Well, the problem I find when I try to put a review out for this is that I keep thinking of all the things. Well, I would have done this differently, and I would have done that differently. That's not really kind of a fair place to review a mission.
No, that's totally unfair.
Yeah, I can't give this any marks. It's like it would have been great as a comedy.
I did write a comedy once. It got spotlighted.
I'm fundamentally opposed to reviewing Foundry missions for what they're not.
Well, you can do it in some cases. Like, this isn't a playable mission. It should have been playable.
Hey,
No,
it was
but I mean-
perfectly playable.
I think best I can do is tell you how. I'm
Well,
thinking
I wouldn't want you to necessarily reveal how you would do it because you want the surprise when you eventually do it.
But it would totally involve a space fight inside the dock and EST.
That would be cool.
And incredibly claustrophobic. But I think it could be done.
Well, considering we can spawn ships inside of there.
Yeah, that is actually something I've experimented with, and it's surprisingly effective.
I mean, it's going to be insane if
Given-
they bring like a universe class or something.
You choose some smaller ships.
Well, what he means is by the player playing something enormous.
That would be funny.
I think you should just sort of go in warning them, hey, you should probably do a small ship, but if you do the universe class, it'll be funny.
Well, you just park and shoot. Just you can't move, so you just sit there and just fire at will until everything dies.
Well, all right, guys. I think that'll do it for us this evening.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for those who joined us and whoever is watching later on. That was the missions again. Flowers of War, Thorns of Peace by XR377 and Shadow Theory by Drogan1701.
That guy makes good missions.
On occasion, but apparently not good enough for you people.
Come on.
Well,
SS
excellent for a
One of
mission you made in
you
a
wants
week.
a farcical comedy, and the other one wants I don't even know.
Well, I mean,
Battles in Space Dock.
I I did recently publish a YouTube video of myself wandering around Defera massacring Borg with my new sword. So
Yeah.
Although
he just wants to kill everything.
It is funny though, because I have kind of done the whole Undine infiltration thing twice, and I didn't do it comedy either way though. I still haven't actually made a dedicated comedy mission. It's just waiting for Lieutenant Tardigrade.
Me, if I was to write an Undine mission, I would probably focus on writing the Undine as people, which means taking the approach that you see in that episode where you see the Undine imitation of Starfleet Academy, and like all of the Undine walking around that are pretending to be humans and doing, a variation of what normal humans would do. And that was kind of hilarious to see that in DS9 or Voyager, sorry. And I keep thinking DS9 because of the Terradome mission in Star Trek Online that used to be there and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the thing with that, though, is just one of those things. It's just that was the one episode where they actually explored the Undine as people instead of just having them as enemies to shoot.
So you really had actual conversations with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to flesh this mission out more, I'd have more time. I'd spend more time with you as the infiltrator, both before you know it and after you know it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe have you meet some more infiltrators, and so they could act like that. Get those little details wrong. Just have someone say, "Oh yeah, and I found this dog in my quarters. It keeps quacking at me."
Mm-hmm.
That's not a dog.
or use that thing with ordering the drink. Have your character order a drink that's not on the menu, and the people at the starbase are like, "Wait a second, why would anyone want to order that drink?"
Or you order something innocuous, but they say, "Well, that's not your usual."
Well, I mean, in theory, this is a location where the people don't know you. So it would need to be something like where your character tries to order something that, let's just say it's like,
or you could also
like
add a character who does know you.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
I think that would be the way to go.
Mm-hmm. And you start doing things that are out of the ordinary, but you don't know that. but that other character does.
Like Captain Sean or it would probably be the easiest one.
Well, you could do somebody who claims to know you, but obviously as a player you don't know them, and then you kind of weave that into the story.
Could do
it's
that.
Like, no, we definitely met.
I think I should have Admiral Quinn there, but he's only acting suspicious because he's on a work outing with his secretary.
Well, which direction,
Did you remember that one picture I made in the Foundry with Admiral Quinn having a diplomatic meeting with Loris that was on Risa?
If you need sliders for Quinn, if you want to give him a different kind. Well, I've got him because I did. Yeah, I did replicate Admiral Quinn.
I have sets of sliders for Quinn and Loris on my DeviantArt page.
I think somebody has Linnea too somewhere. I think it might be you, Mark.
Yeah. Well, I'm the one who created the sliders for Linnea.
Yeah. Because you used her to challenge mission one time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also have created sets of stuff for some of the cadets from the Discovery tutorial. I haven't used those for much of anything, though.
All right, guys. I think that'll do it for this evening. So we will say good night.
Good night.
Good night.